Today, from Brooklyn, New York, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Tyler Huntley and the Brooklyn Bulls versus Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Brooklyn Bulls. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn Ball Club. It's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Here comes K.J. Osborne out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
On play action, now Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 7 catches, 115 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong. Takes great care of his...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Carr. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Down to about the 45. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 27. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
After 1 on EA Sports. They'll try to run this one in, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year, and the Bulls have taken the lead. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive, 12 plays in length. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will come out to the 25 as Osborne elects not to return it. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Bobby Wagner multiple times in All-Pro in there to drop him for a loss. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Darren Waller and this Raiders offense back out for the next possession. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just, oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Huntley to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's Huntley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Huntley. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw again. They'll roll him out right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover. And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Carr. Slant to Adams. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 35 on second down. Carr. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll kick things off with an AFC South matchup. Indianapolis traveling to Jacksonville. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Christian Kirk with 3 touchdown receptions. From there, it's a short trip in the Sunshine State down to Miami as the Dolphins are at home as well. And you can see they have the lead in that one as that game's gone to halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Dameon Pierce with a touchdown run. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Huntley looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Looking to throw on second down. Huntley throwing middle, and it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Off play action. Huntley sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now...
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down, Huntley. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Off the play fake. Huntley steps away. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Operating from the gun. Huntley. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Right back to him on 1st down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley, pass complete as Ukama with it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back to throw. Huntley. He's got some room to operate. Touchdown! Eric Ezukama from 10 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge and fire out.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. On play action, it's Carr. And he'll just get rid of it. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Out to the left, that's where the tight end Moreau is. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw his Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 39, Carr working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 2nd down at 4. Carr got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Carr to throw again. Touchdown Raiders. Darren Waller, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They'll try to run it with Jacobs, but he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Second and 6. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Operating from the gun. Huntley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
That takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Again, it's Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Carr now on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing his Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And no, incomplete. They can't convert.
So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Huntley, their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Huntley completes it to Ezekama.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Huntley.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for their fullback. Runs over it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete, and he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Osborne on the return from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Here's Carr.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick.
And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the home team here,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0